Hello there, YouTube. It's your boy B3 back with another kicking graphic novel review. Yes, it's been a few episodes since we talked about Nick Spencer's Spider-Man, so now we are continuing our review of the trades of that run with The Amazing Spider-Man of Volume 11, Last Remains. Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer, Volume 11, Last Remains, and we will review the companion as well. Don't worry about that. It's from Marvel, and it doesn't really give an age rating on the back of the book, but I would say T for teen is pretty safe. So, speaking of the back of the book, let me read it up for you. Spider-Man just took the beating of his life, and that's only the beginning. Kindred, the mystery villain who has been plaguing Peter Parker's life from the shadows, is stepping out on stage for the first time, and Spider-Man is not ready for the havoc that will result. Now the wall-crawler must seek out the aid of one of his oldest allies, Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. But it's not going to be enough. To take this fight to Kindred, will Peter be forced to consider the unthinkable? If you think you've seen a brutal Spider-Man fight before, you are wrong. This one is going to change the way you look at Spidey, and the way Peter Parker looks at himself. Collecting The Amazing Spider-Man 2018 numbers 50 through 55 by Nick Spencer, Patrick Gleason, Mark Bagley, John Del Andrew, Hennessy, and Edgar Delgado. Wouldn't be a B3 Productions graphic novel review without me butchering the names, would it? No, it would not. So, The Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 11, Last Remains. Kindred's here. Kindred has appeared. This kind of mummified demon with these big giant centipede creatures that they command. Sometimes the art makes them look like millipedes, and they don't always have toxicognaths and stuff, but I do believe they're supposed to be centipedes. So Kindred is like digging up the corpses of people like the Stacys and whatnot, people that Spider-Man's deaths are, in his opinion, his fault. You know? And we see the Sin Eater take Norman Osborn's sins, which means the Sin Eater gets the powers of the Goblin formula. But it also means that it makes Norman Osborn a good person. It removes the evil from him. Pretty insane. So, a beat-up Spider-Man goes to Doctor Strange, and while that's happening, all the sins that the Sin Eater has collected are retaken by Kindred. Uh-oh. And Kindred reveals to the Sin Eater a big twist that he actually killed his own partner. And then the Order of the Web, which is just all the Spider characters together, it was technically formed without Peter, with Madam Web, and then Spider-Girl, Silk, Ghost Spider, and Miles Spider-Man. And I don't think Jessica Spider-Woman is part of it, actually. No, she is. I don't know why I said that. She is part of it. She's just not in as much of the art, because she's driving, and I forgot about her. Oops. But these sins are taken, and they're put in the order. So, all the Spider characters, other than Peter Parker, get turned into these crazed demons that Kindred is using as puppets. Uh-oh. Oopsie. That's not good. We also get the big reveal that Kindred, and this is a huge spoiler, okay? The big reveal that Kindred is Harry Osborn. And this new, magically reformed Norman Osborn is going to help take him down so that he can help save his son. But while Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are fighting off these evil, Kindred-controlled spider folk, Kindred is also kind of screwing around in the city, sending these spiders to attack people. And Spider-Man has Black Cat steal a magical artifact from Doctor Strange so that he can have a hope against Kindred. I really like what Nick Spencer does with Black Cat in this whole run, honestly. And I like Black Cat into Spider-Man Beyond, and even in Zeb Wells stuff. Sue me. But Spider-Man appears to Kindred to fight him, and there are so many corpses that he's dug up. So many. It's actually really fucked up that he's forcing Spider-Man to have dinner with these corpses. It's insane. I mean, holy shit. George Stacy, Jean DeWolf, Marla Jameson, Flash Thompson, Gwen Stacy. Just corpse after corpse, including Uncle Ben. Spider-Man decks the shit out of Kindred. And we get into a fight that is so insanely brutal. Spider-Man punches a hole through Kindred's undead chest and is torturing Spider-Man with like horrible visions and stuff. And he's showing Spider-Man how he's making all the spider people attack the city. But then Kindred does the unthinkable. Kindred kills Peter Parker Spider-Man. Snaps his little neck. Just snaps it. And we see Peter having this vision, kind of, this afterlife vision, where it's revealed to him that Harry is Kindred. And then Kindred gets even more brutal with Peter. He resurrects him. He resurrects Peter so that he can kill him again and again and again and again and again. Kindred beats his head in with a rock, resurrects him, slashes his throat, resurrects him, drowns him, resurrects him, crushes him, disembowels him, snaps his back like Bane, sets him on fire. It's horrific. Kindred is just fucking him up. Then there are a few things that we see that don't have a total explanation, because there are going to be explanations in the trade that has the tie-ins for this, like the 0.1 issues and stuff. Like you'll see the Order fight Sin Eater and whatnot, and you'll see how Mary Jane got there. But Kindred puts them all at a table together. MJ, the Order of the Web, Peter himself, and it's insane. It's brutal. You can see that Harry doesn't really want to hurt MJ, but you also see Norman kind of pulling strings because he wants to capture Harry before he does any more bad. He pretends that he still has his sins so that the Kingpin will kind of be a bit more willing to work with him, and so that Harry and whatnot will see him in a certain light and maybe attack him so that he won't attack Peter and things. But this whole book is incredible. Incredible art, including the colors. Just one of the most brutal Spider-Man fights of all time. Most of the fight is pretty one-sided. It's just Kindred killing Peter and resurrecting him just to kill him again. And Peter is extra angry at Harry because he's like, really, Harry, after everything we've been through, your reformation and everything, you've gone back to this, blah, 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 blah. Peter is understandably more than pissed. Especially since it seems like MJ almost dies. But, like we all know better, right? There's, of course, a variant cover gallery in the back of the book. But this is definitely a worthwhile read. Even rereading it for this review months after I initially read it, maybe even years after I initially read it, but it's been a long time, it still had a lot of punch. Like I knew what was coming, and it still had a lot of punch to it. This is a really good volume, but it's not a volume that you can just pick off the shelf without having read the rest of the run before it. This volume is well written, but it has the impact it does because of the amazing build-up that Nick Spencer and team gave to Kindred. Great work. Great work to the whole creative team. So, that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. as in And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.